Hi viewers, welcome back to the channel. You've probably searched something like why were women psychologists overlooked? Or maybe you're just wondering why psychology's history is filled with names like Freud and Wundt, but so few women. Well, today we're going to talk about exactly that.
That's right. We're diving into the untold stories of women and non-Western psychologists whose contributions shaped the field but were often left out of textbooks.
Have you noticed how our psychology class today has more women than men? But just 2 centuries ago, women were barely recognized in the field. Take Mary Calkins, for example. Despite completing all the requirements for a PhD at Harvard, she was denied her degree simply because she was a woman. Well, she still went on to develop the pair associate paradigm and became the first female president of the American Psychological Association.
Talking about female presidents at the APA, Margaret Floyd Washburn, who followed in Calkin's footsteps, is another example. As the first woman to earn a PhD in psychology, she made many strides in comparative psychology. And despite barriers like laws preventing married women from teaching, she paved the way for many other women like her.
Then there's Maria Montessori, who revolutionized education, and Mary Ainsworth, whose work on attachment is foundational. Yet they were often overshadowed by their male counterparts like Piaget and Bowlby, respectively. Their contributions are often forgotten.
Now, let's shift to non-Western contributions. Francis Cecil Sumner, the father of Black psychology, was the first Black American with a PhD in the field. Although he faced constant discrimination, he co-founded Howard's Psych Department and mentored future Black psychologists.
And Kenneth B. Clark's Doll study played a key role in ending school segregation in the United States. Despite this, his contributions are often sidelined. His work with his wife, Mamie Phipps Clark, shaped applied social psychology.
Asian traditions also offer deep psychological insights. Ideas from the Upanishads and Confucian explored consciousness and mental well-being long before Western psychology.
So, why were these voices ignored? Early psychology largely dismissed non Western traditions, labeling them as philosophy or spirituality rather than valid psychological thought. It's important to remember that colonialism and Eurocentrism played significant roles in shaping what was considered legitimate knowledge. This exclusion of non Western ideas reinforced the idea that psychology was a Western domain.
And institutional sexism was just as harmful. Think about it. Early textbooks focused almost exclusively on the work of Western men, neglecting the contributions of women and non-Western scholars. As a result of this, areas of research like emotions, subjective experience, and cultural context, where female and non-Western psychologists excelled, were sidelined.
Imagine if early psychology had embraced non Western ideas. We might have developed a more holistic understanding of mental health much earlier. For example, indigenous approaches often emphasized healing within the community. These insights could have contributed to modern therapies like group therapy or family systems therapy. The integration of mental and physical health, so central in non Western traditions, could have also enriched our understanding of well being today.
Exactly. Western psychology's focus on individualism could have been challenged by non-Western perspectives, which emphasize collective identity. This could have shaped modern theories on self-concept, identity formation, and even cultural psychology. And even the way we gather data might have been different, like indigenous practices that emphasize storytelling, oral history, and observation could have led to research methods that are more qualitative and less reductionist. Including more diverse voices would have expanded the very foundation of the field.
So, to wrap things up, early psychology may be remembered as a field dominated by Western men, but history shows us that the contributions of women and non Western thinkers were both significant and transformative. By bringing their work to life, we can build a more inclusive and well rounded understanding of psychology's true potential.
And who knows, maybe the psychology of today could have been more diverse, more sensitive, and more effective if these voices had been louder from the beginning. It's up to us now to continue uncovering these overlooked contributions and integrate them into the future of psychology.